Hello, chess friends. Sorry I'm a little late with my coverage here. We are covering Bughouse World Championship in the group stage challenger section, Group F. National Master SL0M, otherwise known as Metal Eagle, and Coffee Chess Jack James versus HeavenlyFraction and Women's FIDE Master ploddingpawn. Let me see if I've missed anything here. Okay, so we are currently 2 games in. The score is 1-1. This is the challenger section. So they are playing a 3-minute time control, and it is first to 11. So, okay, that's a check. So Coffee Chess Jack James picking up a piece, pawn check without in promotion. And if we move over, then a knight will mate or a rook will mate. Knight is pinned, or knight or queen will come. I think you could just play knight takes knight here. I'm not sure why they didn't, but he's grabbed the rook. HeavenlyFraction trying to attack. Right now the bishop guards against this smother mate, so does the rook. So SL0M is holding on. SL0M has a lot of pieces. I think SL0M can attack and maybe win here. I would start off with knight check. Oh, this is mate. Anything coming in, rook takes rook, queen in. Oh, queen in was mate. This is mate too. So they are up time, which means it's mate. Hey, Illustrac. Pawn was going to be mated pretty soon too, so HeavenlyFraction gets the checkmate just in time. Our score is now 2-1, favoring HeavenlyFraction and pawn. SL0M gives up a pawn in the opening. I hate this, but it's a lot of people who play it because they feel it gives them a slight advantage in development. Coffee Chess Jack James has sacked. And now, yeah, he has mate. That's mate. Very quick mate. So sack into pawn's position works. Our score is 2-2. This is going to be a close match. Teams are about evenly matched. Coffee Chess Jack James picks up a piece. Let's get some development though. Need to get the bishop and the knight out. I hate this trade by SL0M. It just helps her develop. Trading away his most active piece. Oh, okay. So getting rid of the pin. That was a free piece for HeavenlyFraction. She's hidden the queen. Also hidden this knight. I would definitely take the knight and then take back. Okay, HeavenlyFraction wants to do it all with initiative. This is good too. Actually, this just mates with the second knight. Knight takes pawn and then new knight in. That's mate in 2 for HeavenlyFraction. And they are up 16 seconds, so this is over. He makes it a mate in 3 instead of a mate in 2, but that works. Okay, they accidentally went in the random pool. But back to the match soon here. Oh, apparently there was a match that I missed that was just added to the calendar last minute. Okay, so GSVC and Larso versus VJ Baker and Yboth G happened like an hour and a half ago. Uh, yeah, but these last minute calendar things, I'm sometimes busy. If I'd known about it, I could have. If I'd known about it in advance, I could have covered it. This is why we usually ask for 24 hours notice. So I missed coverage of that match. Queen trade on offer, pawn check is a good way of doing this. Pawn check. See, trading the queens that way allows white to develop. So it's worth the extra pawn to get the king out and not allow the rook to develop. As you can follow up with knight check, knight takes pawn, and SL0M would have been in the driver's seat. So always look for this pawn check, throwing away one pawn to get the king out and prevent development. Maybe a free rook for Heavenly Fraction. I would have looked into pawn at e2 with pawn at e3 with the e2 pawn not pushed, the king's bishop not out. This is a very strong square to have. Just take it. Probably just pawn at d5. And he finds it. Yeah, you can't put it at e6. You just come back. When these moves are forced, you might as well make them quickly. And time is going to kill them here. They're down 10 seconds. Queen is forced. Queen at. Rook takes queen. Mates on g8. So this is a consistent problem with SL0M, that he moves slowly. And by moving slowly, I do not mean that he doesn't pre-move. Okay, that's free pawn to Coffee Chest Jack James. You don't need to pre-move to move fast. You just can't go into the tank. And SL0M goes into the tank on a lot of moves that should be easy moves. Okay, this is a tactic that wins a free queen. Should have just brought the queen back. Since you're losing it anyway, so at least get a piece for it. But this is complete domination by Heavenly Fraction. Yeah, Heavenly Fraction just completely crushing. And there's going to be mate very soon for Coffee Crack James. Gonna get mate pretty quickly, actually, if he had any more pieces. Queen is very good, but that's never going to happen. Heavenly Fraction is going to stall. Look at this huge piece advantage for plodding pawn. As Heavenly Fraction has won so much material. And that's a nice mate from Heavenly Fraction, deflecting the knight in order to mate with the rook. SL0M continues to give up a free pawn in the opening. Never recommended. And our score right now is 5-2. This game started off tied at 1-1, then 2-2. And now Heavenly Fraction and plodding pawn are running away with it. SL0M keeps stalling in like the worst time to stall. Like you have to move. And that means that Heavenly Fraction is up about 6 seconds. And wait for material. So diagonals are good for Heavenly Fraction. They're going to tempo the queen. So Coffee threatening rook shenanigans, but his partner is moving so slow and not trading stuff for him that these opportunities are going to be squandered away. That's the free piece. Bottom pawn is going to get completely safe and win a bunch of material. Heavenly Fraction continuing to attack. So a pawn would be quite good. I don't think this knight does anything. Maybe trying to prevent knight check, but wasn't really a problem in the first place. This knight has more of a purpose. You didn't need to sack your queen. Could have just stepped over to d6, but this is still reasonable. d6, still the way to go. I mean, you could take the pawn if you trust your partner not to give stuff. SL0M still down on time. SL0M mated him 1. So plodding pawn is not going to move anymore. Just going to let Heavenly Fraction checkmate. Like, one thing you really need to keep in mind when you are playing Bughouse, especially when defending, is the longer you take, the more pieces they get. So being fast is especially important when you're defending. When you're defending, it means that less material comes to your opponent to attack you with, the faster you move. The slower you move, the more pieces they're going to get, and the harder it's going to be for you. But there's some people who, for some reason, slow down when they're defending. Okay, that was a draw by repetition. So our score is 6.5 to 2.5. SL0M continues to hang a pawn in the opening. They're playing down a pawn every time he's black. And down a pawn on both boards, because that's how Bughouse works. Coffee chess, cracked James, about to promote a pawn. Oh, free rook. That's even better. Oh, that's mate. Knight check. Draw in Bughouse is crazy. Yeah, on the free internet chess server, actually, there was no, or well, it was complicated. Free internet chess server had a draw, but you had to actually claim the draw by typing draw. And over the board, a lot of people play without draw by repetition. That's a matter of controversy. So a knight would be good for SL0M. A rook would also be good. Okay, getting another piece in play. This makes sense. So now a rook is good for Heavenly Fraction. Should have got this knight out. Oh, pawn check. It's going to be very good. Win the rook. Now you have to watch out for shenanigans with the bishop. Oh, pawn at h6. A good attacking move. Could play knight takes knight here first. Oh, should have taken the bishop before taking the pawn. But you could stick another pawn in here. Just keep piling up. Keep the pawns coming. So rook is very good for plot and pawn. You could just start dropping knights in here as well. SL0M wants a rook. Could take this knight, give up the pawn, potentially. Oh, sneaky mate. So current score is 6.5 to 4.5. So Coffee Chest, Jack James, and SL0M have been coming back the last couple games. So 6.5 to 4.5, favor and Heavenly Fraction and plot and pawn. I should have mentioned that. Sorry. Okay. Coffee Chest, Jack James trying to attack the weak dark squares. Rook in the corner is good. Heavenly Fraction attacking the castled king. Straight down the way to go. You can take this pawn. Oh, I don't like this. I guess it's fine now. Bishop check if he takes. Okay, now a knight, a new knight is quite good. Could take this pawn for free, but I think the rook's trade probably mate him. You got to drop a knight on g6. This is the only option. That was not an option. Now a rook mates. And they're down 10 seconds because again, SL0M has been moving slowly. And to repeat, when I say moving slowly, I don't mean not pre-moving. You don't need to pre-move to do well in this game. But you can't go into the tank. And SL0M very often goes into the tank for like 10 seconds on a move. That's just defeat. Knight on g6, basically forced. This is a terrible, terrible move because the rook is going to come. So plot and pawn has forked a rook and a queen. They are up 3 seconds. So it's going to come for sure. And for some reason, SL0M did not defend. He had like 3 moves to defend, and he never defended. Our score is now 7.5 to 4.5. Heavenly Fraction giving up a pawn for free. For no reason. Coffee Chest Crack James. Again going after the g2 square. But this time plot and pawn defends it. So knight or rook at g2 would be good. Even a pawn there to threaten later shenanigans. I would just take this bishop. SL0M again hanging on for dear life. And again he is stalling when there is no reason to stall. This is exactly when you want to be moving fast. But you see all of his moves are taking 5 seconds or more. This is when you need to move fast, when you're being attacked. The slower you move, the more they get. I like this pawn move. So is there mate? Knight takes pawn looks fun. Okay, he's just going to grab the queen. Now he's attacking both of those. I think you have to bring the knight back, otherwise you lose it. That just hangs a piece for free. Not a fan. Well, now at least you get the pawn. Pawn check, rook in. Looks scary. So with pawn check, you probably have to play queen takes. Coffee really close to maiden, but he needs a little more material from his partner. He could always... Okay. Now you can take that. It's supported by the queen. Bishop takes pawn. Strong move. That's a really terrible move. Yeah, all of a sudden, plodding pawn is very, very safe instead of dead. And it is Coffee Chest Crack James that is on the defense. Plodding pawn can get a queen at any point if it would benefit her partner. Time is fairly close, though. This queen probably going to fall. He grabs a pawn for now. I'll bring a knight in here. Bring the knight in. Got to use some of these existing pieces. Maybe just... Okay. Now Heavenly Fraction can attack. I think all the key squares are covered. I'll probably just take this pawn. Pawn mate, so bishop there is mate. He has a bishop in hand. SL0M has mate in one. Doesn't play it. Now he has mate in two. Bishop check. Okay, mate in maybe 3 or 4. But bishop back here after king up. And queen takes. Why is Coffee not moving? Coffee needs to get more pieces to the partner. Yeah, Coffee just, again, went into the tank for no reason. Maybe he was just mystified why his partner did not play mate in one earlier. So that could be the reason. And oh, wait, there's an even better sequence here. King up, pawn check. Actually, with knight check, maybe he can run away. Yeah, this is just a huge missed opportunity. Let's just roll back a few moves. So he had a bishop in hand. And by the way, this move took 10 seconds. 10 seconds. Oh, hold on. He was in check. My bad. So I'm an idiot. So let's see. Here, check. I'm a complete idiot. So it was not mate because he was in check. So he blocked check. Okay. So my bad. Let's see. Is there still some sort of mate threat? I mean, the bishop check, king up. And now you want a way to not let knight take, because that gives him an escape square. So if knight here, we can take this. This is tough. Maybe there's not mate. Oh, is this a thing? Knight takes pawn, then knight in. That looks like it might be the answer. Okay. Bishop check. King up. Knight takes pawn check. King back. Knight here is mate. So there is mate. It took me a while to find it. Sorry about that. Yeah, so maybe this particular move, like SL0M has been moving slowly a lot of moves, which I critiqued him for, but that particular move, maybe he didn't realize he was in check. So, like, I didn't realize it for a while either. SL0M continues to hang a pawn in the opening. So that's a 2-for-1 sale. A lot of people play it, even at the high levels, and it's terrible at the high levels or the low levels. You're down 1 pawn for 2. So Coffee Chest Jack James has to play with 1 less pawn. And then SL0M castles, but he still needs to learn how to defend the castled king. I don't know why Coffee is stalling here. Gotta keep moving. I like this bishop move a lot. It defends, it also attacks this pawn. He took the pawn. Very nice. Gotta keep moving, SL0M. I don't know why people sit. It's so bad. And that's mate. Again, I have to keep emphasizing, the longer you stall, the more pieces your opponent gets. So you can't play slowly. Like, move 2 took 4 seconds for SL0M. You can't do that. Every move should take like 1 or 2 seconds at this level. There's no moves that should take longer than 2 seconds unless it's like a critical move, which there aren't any this early in the game. This pawn wins a piece. SL0M does not want free pieces. I'm gonna have to castle to get out of this discovered attack. I hate this move. You want to use this knight later to attack, but it is stuck defending. And you see, SL0M is down to 30 seconds. It's taken 30 seconds for his first, like, I don't know how many that moves is, like 8 or something like that. To be moving much faster. And SL0M, in addition to moving slowly, is also dead. Knight here is mate. So when SL0M moves slowly, it makes it harder for him to defend, and he seems to be the one defending. It makes it harder for his partner to attack, and his partner is the one attacking. So it's just bad all around. You gotta move faster. That's just a free pawn for nothing. It also has put his partner in a huge disadvantage when he keeps giving up free pawns every opening. I hate c3. That creates light squared weaknesses. These are going to be exploited later in the game. So that was a sack to get a pawn to attack SL0M, because they figured out SL0M can't defend. Participation for both categories. What do you want to see? Do you want to see the bracket? We are in the group stage. This is the bracket for Challenger. This is the bracket for Open. The top 2, so these groups are playing round robin matches, pawn mates. There's the bishop. Oh, that's match. Our score is 11.5 to 4.5. Hold on, let me put the final score real quick. Yeah, hey, Jack James Coffee Chess. Yeah, I missed the first two games of the match, but I covered the rest. Thank you for playing. Was a fun match. We enjoyed watching. Okay, so I had a question from who asked, Team NA1 wanted participation list for both categories. Yeah, so that's where you get the participation lists. If you want to know more about the tournament, this link talks about it. So basically there were arena qualifiers to sort people, or well, there's an open section and a challenger section. Open section is over 2,000. Challenger section is under 2,000. And there were qualifiers to enter the group stage. Group stage, people are playing round robin. Top two teams from each group progress to a single elimination ladder. So this group section is going to have, it's top two seeds, Jack James Coffee Chess. So there's still a chance to qualify out if you beat the other people in your group. This round robin group stage takes place over the period of a little over a month. I think it's like a month from now. So still a lot of matches to go. It's two from each group. So HeavenlyFraction played last year and did very good. HeavenlyFraction is a streamer that's Marie Chess. Was she streaming this match is a good question. And I don't... Oh, she's streaming right now. Let's raid her. Assuming she's going to continue streaming. Yeah, Metal Eagle, you've played okay. It's a very strong team you played against. So you just need a little more practice. And you can still be one of the top two teams out of your group. Unless, did you guys lose another match? If you've lost two matches, then I don't think you'll progress. If you won a match and lost a match, then you can still progress if you win your third match. I forget. But yeah, Bughouse is a lot of fun, and there's always next year if you don't progress this year. Anyway, thank you everyone for watching. I really appreciate it. We're going to send you to Marie Chess, who was playing in this match right here, and it looks like she's going to continue streaming. Have a great night, everyone. I guess I should tell you what's coming up in the future. Tomorrow we have two matches. We have Marvel and Shui versus Quick Dash and FM Chess Kid, and we have Blitz Bullet and Little Plotkin versus Larso and Genna 217. And I will cover both of those matches. All right. Have a good night, everyone. Bye, guys.